Hi friends, this is Maggie. I'm back. I have been pretty busy in Christmas time completing some projects and things that I was completing for individuals that had requests regarding um, Christmas cards, Christmas tags, and things that I needed to get completed. And so that took me a little bit away from my videos for a little bit. I did started working on some of the um, Christmas little embellishment for my gifts, for my um, Christmas cards or tags and so forth. And I was using my Cricut machine. I'm going to show you that. I also completed a painting that I'm going to show you that right now on a video. And then this video is going to be about I'm going to do a flip through. This is my little watercolor journal. I completed it. I did all the pages. I am going to file this away, and then and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So before going into this, let me go ahead and show you what I've done. I actually completed a page on this journal, which was this one here. This was fun. This was watercolor. This is my watercolor book. This is this Stratmore, the one that I got in Walmart for $13.99. So I completed that page, and I just had a great time working on this one. It's just the snow and everything. It's not really, it's just watercolor, so I didn't do any lines or anything, just used the watercolor. Let me do a close-up. I also did a gift card with a reindeer. Let me show you that for a Christmas gift. So this is it. This is the I had ordered the gifts early in Amazon, and it arrived fast. So I went ahead and I wrapped it up, and I used the ribbon here, and this is the watercolor tag that you can open, and it has the information here. This actually are like embellishments. They're like those little rhinestones that you stick. They're like a rib. It's actually like a line of them. So I put them there, but this whole thing is watercolor, and then this is the stamp. So it was fun to do this. I've never done, aside from snowman or a tree or something like that, I've never done a reindeer as a drawing or a watercolor, yeah, a watercolor tag. So that was one of the things. This was fun to do. All right, and then I use my Cricut machine finally, because now that I took it from where I had it before, where I was not seeing it and using it, now I see it, and it reminded me that I need to use it, and I wanted to do quick little embellishments and stuff for my Christmas gift, to decorate my Christmas gift. So I went into the design page for those who are aware how that works with the Cricut machine. And the Cricut machine is this one here. So let me just move my camera. You guys can see that. It's that one in the corner. That's the Cricut machine right there. So I use that machine to pulled everything that was like Christmas related, like Christmas, how do they call that? Images. And they have all this kind of Christmas images, and I usually do the free ones. I don't buy any of them. But a lot of those are very simple lines, like, you know, drawings and stuff like that that I can do. So I only picked a few, and they had this one, which was the reindeer. So what I did is I used the, let me do a close-up so you guys can see this. Okay. So what I did is I loaded in that machine my watercolor paper. It was all white, you know, the normal. It didn't have any watercolor. It was just the watercolor paper. I loaded it on the machine, and then I asked the machine to cut all of the designs. So I cut that one. I cut and then afterwards, I used watercolor, and then I added a little bit of lines of I used this fine glitter here, and I did that, and I made, you know, I had two of those. I made one like pink, one that color. I made some Christmas ornaments, you know, the little balls here, and I added, again, used the fine, but the one for silver for that. And then you can just tell this, you know, I can just pull this out, and then you have it, and I'll use that. And I also did the Christmas tree with the little star. And so it prints it out for you, and then you come back and you add watercolor to it, any design that you want. This one it's cut off, but I don't mind because I can go to let me show you, like to the edge of my page, and then have my little Christmas tree there, or my tag, or whatever I'm working on. Like this one too. I just didn't want to throw it away because I cut it wrong. Obviously, when you don't work it for a little while, just get a little bit. And I love the little stars, so you can have that on your tag, your Christmas, whatever. So I made that. I made a couple of just a couple of them. I can come back and add more watercolor depending on what color I'm using. I have these little tags here, and I just can write or stamp something for Christmas. And then it also has these flowers. These are two separate ones. I cut them out. I put watercolor, and then I used this beautiful glitter that I found in Walmart. And I love the color. Look how beautiful that is. I just love it. So I put that in the center. And then I did the same with this one. This was like a green color, and I put that same glitter on and the little cut out and just glue them there. And let me tell you, I used one of them already and put it on one of, this is gonna hold like a credit, not a credit card, a gift card. So I already had the bag, and I had already made this a little while ago, not a little while ago, about 2 weeks ago, to put a credit card in, not a credit card, a gift card in here. So I only had the little tag that I had made. So I took this one and I put it there, or I could have done that one, or even the flower, you know. So that's basically what I'm going to use this. Or I may go in my journal, and if I'm doing a Christmas journal page, I'll place this. But I think I'm going to use these for gifts. So that's the whole idea on using the Cricut machine and cutting these images for Christmas. Let me see what else I did. Alright, so I think that's all I did for Christmas. Oh, yes, and I've already showed you the video of the painting. So let's go ahead and do a quick flip through. So I started this, I bought this book. It's a moleskin watercolor journal, and it's, let me measure it. This is about close, very close to 6 by 3.5, kind of 3.5 along that line. So these are watercolor paper that are in here, and I started this a while ago, so you probably have seen some of when I was completing one page and just showing them, or actually working the page on a video. But now I have completed the entire thing. So this is from when I first started. I started with this one here. Let's see. And it's kind of that distress watercolor type, a loose watercolor. So I started with that. I did that one too. And actually for this one, these are stamps. And stamps that were, instead of using the ink, because I didn't want to have a real defined leaf, I actually put watercolor on the stamp, and I got that impression, which I love that. I do love that a lot. And then this one had everything. This one has napkins, watercolor. I also used the gel, like these type pen. Oh, I think this is open. To do the yellow dots. This one here and that one are napkins, and this one here are napkins, but I used that to create some of the dots around the butterfly. That was fun because I used a lot. This is what they call the mixed media. So you use not just the watercolor, but you put some other stuff on it. And I use the stencil here too. Then the Groot, I also did it as a mixed media. And that has like papers, napkins, and then his watercolor. And then this one was done with salt. I can tell by the background. Salt and crayon. So I did circles with a crayon, a white crayon, and salt. So I did the circles with the crayon first, and then I painted in black, and then I came in and threw the salt, and that's how you get that background. And she's all watercolor. This is just watercolor, plain watercolor. This one is watercolor with a little strip of paper here, that's it, but in a stamp. This one is stencil here, and this is watercolor too. This one is a combination. She's watercolor, and then I used the fine pen, black ink, to just do the hair, the strips, or the, just a single hair there. And then I used, oh gosh, what did I use here? I used the soluble crayons to create that background. And I actually left it like that. I don't think I add any water to it. Yeah, because this is not pastel. Otherwise, it'll be... This is just watercolor, and I just put a little stamp there, or a little sticker there. This is watercolor, and I have this book, and I love the colors, the combinations of colors. So I was playing with those colors, and then just did the leaves, and then I drew her there. And this is a stamp here. This was, I think it was Christmas, so I must have been working on this for a little while. So it was a little angel, peace on earth. I can tell my handwriting wasn't so good there. This one was also watercolor, and I used the white gel pen. I love to write using on a dark background. It comes out so nice. She is watercolor, and I used a little bit of tissue paper here, and I think that this is crayons. Yes, I did squares in the background, and then I came in with a watercolor. And this is just watercolor. This is very light watercolor. I didn't even use line. I was just, it feels, for me, when I look at it, it's like incomplete. I don't know what I was going with this, but this was, this is practice. This is just to keep me going. This one, again, I used the crayons, and I created those circles, and when I came in with the watercolor, you get that impression in the background. Oh, I have another one with the little dog. This is a watercolor. The girl with the big head and the skinny legs. This was my brother. He drew the girl and then I did watercolor. Here I was trying to do some abstract and blending colors. I think it works better when I'm working on it. It works better for me to do more of acrylic paints more than watercolor. I'm not too good with that. This was another image that I had seen and I loved it because so I created that and I really love that where you really just see the eyes, the mouth, the nose, and then just this around her. This was just watercolor and I used the pearl watercolor here. And then this was another image that I saw where everything is just a shadow to create that. Don't like it too much, but anyway. This one I like because this one is just, I don't know, something about it. I like it. It's another one and it's just trying to do a different face, learning how to do different eyes and mouth, stuff like that. This was just something that I was playing with my watercolor and then just put her there. This was watercolor and I actually drew the bunny, watercolor the bunny, and then I used crayons again. It looks like I did. I can't tell. I went around and then created the background. It looks like the bunny's outside the background. Kind of neat. It's a different look. And then a baby owl. And then this one. I really like the way this one came out. Like her eyes. And then this is just a strip of washi tape, but it's kind of a cloth washi tape. It's kind of neat. So I placed it there and put a little sticker on it. This was just again soft watercolor, just to play with that. This one I like the background. I like how I have different colors: orange, pink, light purple, all watercolor. This is a watercolor. This is when I was up in the mountains. Actually, I drew her first and I think I colored her when I was out in the mountains. This is a watercolor. This is soft watercolor. I still think it's very light, but I just left it. I feel like the more I add to it, I mean, it works. The more you add to it, the more it changes. But I won't just left it like that. It's just playing with flowers. And then this was just practicing. And one of the things is when I'm working on a structure, I'm starting now to learn, and you've seen it on the boat. I was more attention to details in my lines and actually using my pen. Like when I'm looking at the drawing and I'm looking at the line, I'm kind of saying, is the line going straight like that or is it tilted a little bit? So I'm being very mindful on that, and I noticed that my drawing is getting much better when I'm paying attention, because normally your watercolor will be a total fail if your sketching is not good. So now I'm paying attention when I'm drawing to make sure I have a good sketch before I go in and I do the watercolor. And then this was just, I saw, not the lady, but I just saw this in Pinterest and I loved it. And then I added the lady there. This was just trying to play with colors. Here I used, I think once I painted in white, I came back while it was still wet on wet. While it's still wet, I came in with the brush and added water, and it created that, which I thought was kind of nice. Really nice. Then of course this is Franco, my son Frank. He went into my journal. This is his type of drawing. He likes to draw stuff and he loves a pencil. He's not too much into watercolors. He's more into using pencils and shading with the pencils, and he does really good at that. This is more of loose flowers I've been practicing on. Just practicing on her. This one too, just watercolor. That's just threw some colors and started blending. I was getting some mud here and there and just left it at that. Now this one I'm disappointed because this one, my sketch came out so nice. And then when I started using the watercolor and try to put lines on it, it's just don't like it. Now I don't like it at all. But I did like the sketching. I should have left it like that. So now I'm trying to be very careful. If I really, really like the sketching, then I don't want to add too much until I really know what I'm doing. Here again, this was just circles, but with the gel pen in the background. This is watercolor. This one is watercolor. This just trying to play with the shades and trying to work on the fur, but I was just doing that manually. And then I got this brush that helps a lot. I have a this side, but I have one that's small too, tiny. So it helps a lot to create that fur around. And this one was just an image, just playing around. And then it got damaged here because I was working on the flower. So I like that one. And then this one is more of this is more of a soft watercolor. I didn't wanna, this is one that I was afraid that I was going to mess it up like I did with the little girl here. So I decided not to add too much because I did like that peacefulness that I capture with my drawing. So I left it like that. Now this one was supposed to be just a quick drawing, if you can see, just one of those kind of cartoon drawings. But I love how her eyes came out. I did like that. And her teeth. I thought this was kind of nice. And I used a little bit of the salt here to create that background again. See if you can see that. And then this was just trying to do some splashes here and there. I don't know what I was going with it. Then my little girl, I like this one. And I did see this little girl on Pinterest. She was doing something else. I added the dog and walking in the park or whatever. But she's ready for Christmas. And then this is an angel. This one I like because this one I actually use my my metallic inks. These metallic ink for, if you can see, I don't know if you can see in the winds. Actually all over I used it and it looks really nice. I like that one. And then this one is funny. This one I wanted to work on one of these cars, but when I opened the picture on Pinterest, I didn't have the top. So I said, you know something, whatever I see, that's what I'm gonna draw, and that's what I did. I drew and I painted, and I just wanted to play to see if I can come up with because I don't draw. I have not done cars or anything like that, and I think I've done it. And I shy away from it, but I said no, let me just play with it and have fun with it. So this is just to get me to do something different. So it was supposed to be like that. Just that was the picture. So anyway, and then this one, I like this one. It's see. And then the last one, the end, because it's Christmas. I finished it up with a little snowman. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and then hopefully I'll have another one coming out soon. And if I don't get to see you for a little while, which I'm planning to, but happy Thanksgiving, belated Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys are having a great time with your family and friends. Bye.